This is your host, Andrea Dumbecki. Are you ready to connect with the magical realms of the angels and fairies? We'll be working with the magical realms to bring enlightened consciousness to all areas of our life to increase abundance, health, and happiness. Look forward to weekly shows with your host, Andrea Dumbecki from angelfairyhealing.com. Hi everybody, this is Andrea Dumbecki, and today we will be talking about living in the bliss of you. Recently I've been doing lots of healing work on myself and working with a coach, and I really have been opening these pockets of the bliss of my soul, and I really wanted to share this concept with all of you because it's so obvious, yet it eludes us. When I talk about living in the bliss of you, I mean following the things that create joy for you, the things that are effortless, the things that you did as a child, the things that make sense to you from a place that's not even in your mind, from a spiritual level. Me as an artist, it has to do with creating art, working with colors, sculpting, storytelling, fashion design, and just creating things. And I remember throughout my life, if I didn't have enough of that activity in my life, even as a child, I would get sick. I wouldn't feel right as a human. And so it's all starting to come together full circle that we must live in our bliss. And when I talk about living in bliss, I know we all know that Joseph Campbell phrase, right? Follow your bliss. I really want you to tune into that energetically, what it really means for you. The joy of spirit, the true meaning of life, when you feel passion, awe, magic, when you can't wait to wake up in the morning, when you're so excited about these activities, when you know that these things make you feel alive. And whatever that is, if it's helping people, if it's creating music or art or gardening or a mixture of those things, living in your bliss or following your bliss or really connecting with the joy of your spirit or inner child. I mean, I think we can define this many ways, but we really want to tap into the energy of it. It's the energy of us, our joy, our spirit. And so when I work with this energy, I really feel like it's a mountain of my positive energy. And when I'm focused on this positive energy of my spiritual joy, everything else seems to take care of itself. Human troubles just kind of melt away, and I am centered in the excitement of joy of just creating, expressing, and just being my truest self. And we have a lot of programming from society that says this is good, this is bad, this is normal, if you do this, this will happen, and all those things can block living in the bliss of our spirit. Living in the bliss of our spirit is a intuitive, kind of symbiotic relationship with the universe, with all of life, and it's feeling our way into joy, into happiness, into bliss. So let's take a moment now to activate and awaken these energies within ourselves and maybe reconnect with these energies. As I was working with these energies, I realized that there's something that I tapped into before as a child when I don't think too much, and as an adult I get very, very kind of forced and controlled, and it's time to let go of those things so I can really start to live in the bliss once again, live in that flow, that magic of your spiritual energy. So let's take a moment to connect with our spirit guides, connect with our higher self, and just kind of question yourself, what is your bliss? What is right for you? Who are you? What do you know about you? Do you feel alive when you dance? Do you feel energy and happiness when you create things? What lights you up? What makes you feel so much joy that you can't even imagine a fear or a worry? What does that for you? So just kind of take note of that. Maybe it's being in certain places with certain people. And so let's just awaken those activities, those actions, those things that create bliss for us, that make us feel balanced and alive. And as we work with our higher self, work with our spirit guides, we're going to be opening these pockets of bliss and reconnecting ourselves and just kind of stepping out of any thought forms of stress, struggle, worry, anxiety, disconnection, fear, anything that is the opposite of that bliss that we get stuck in. All of those lower energies really suck the joy out of life, and we don't want to stay in those places for too long. We want to live in our bliss. So we're going to do a meditation now, which I will call the spiritual mountain meditation, where we will actually be connecting with ourselves as a spiritual mountain, a mountain of our own beautiful energy, our soul vibrance. So let's take a moment now to just kind of connect in with ourselves, send love to yourself, and know that we're taking this time right now to connect with our beautiful spirit, with the endless energy of our spirit. And just take a deep breath and feel what your spirit is like, and imagine what your spirit looks like. I would like you to specifically feel that your spirit is a giant mountain, a mountain of good energy, maybe rainbow energy or sparkly light or cosmic divine radiance. That this is the energy of you. If you could shapeshift into a mountain of positive energy. And this mountain feels grounded, feels strong, feels immovable, centered in its own energy. Any other energies that don't serve that just kind of drift away. See the mountain having waterfalls that are cleansing that energy. Feel the wind blowing around that mountain, blowing off any lower vibrations, and just feel that mountain glowing. This is the mountain of your spirit. And as that mountain glows, you are returning more and more to the energy of you, centered in you, your radiance, your fulfillment, your nourishment, the magic of your creative essence that is here as a human to express itself. We're letting go of all lower programmings that might limit that energy, and just feeling that light within you, that spiritual mountain, just kind of shining brighter and brighter, returning home to itself. Feel that you as a human being in a physical body are kind of living in that mountain. And feel how safe you feel, how joyous that every day you can be happy and live in your spiritual radiance. As you kind of walk around the inside of this mountain, in the caves of it, notice what you see. Do you see activities that you like to do, people? How do you feel in this mountain? You can go on top of this mountain and look up at the sunset or the moon. Feel the breeze. Watch the clouds pass by. And as we awaken this beautiful energy of our spiritual mountain, feel all stress and struggle just kind of drifting away as you are returning to the spiritual energy of you, centered in the blissful energy of you. And so as we feel this energy awakening more and more, I'd like you to feel the light of your spirit awakening, and I would like you to listen to it. What is it telling you? It's magnetizing you towards the things that you love, towards the truest version of you, towards your ideal destiny, the activities that will light you up, that will create more positive energy, multiply positive energy in your life. Remember, when you follow your bliss, when you follow your joy, when you do positive activities, that positive energy multiplies. So me as an artist and a fashion designer, this Saturday when I was off, I was thinking I'm gonna just embrace my bliss. So all day long I made wings. I dived in. I had the wire and the glue and cellophane and fabric and glitter, and I made these beautiful wings. And let me tell you, all day long, my life force was high, my emotions were high. I was just blissed out on the energy of my creation. And then once I created those wings, I kind of hung them on the wall and just kind of stared at them in bliss. And as an artist, I remember doing that a lot. Like I would spend hours painting a picture and I would feel all kinds of energies moving within me, joy, awakening, happiness, just kind of this still mind state of like no worries, just kind of totally in the present moment. And then I would hang that painting on the wall, and that creation would give me like downloads of like divine energy, and I couldn't stop staring at it, and I'd like put it in my bedroom and look at it before I went to sleep, and And so I was kind of unlocking the energies of that, of when we create something beautiful, all the energy that it gives us. And, it might be cooking, it might be decorating, it might be gardening. I do all of those things, and I notice that all of these positive activities that feed my spirit multiply positive energy in my life. And I'm thinking, I want to live in this space of spiritual expansion, of joy, of bliss, of creating a happy reality for myself and for the planet. So as we awaken the spiritual light centered in our bliss, throwing out the garbage of that is the opposite of that says we can't be fulfilled on earth, that says we're slaves, or we're victims, or we're disempowered. We want to let go of that old thinking and just kind of awaken the radiance of the bliss of your spirit, your talents, your destiny, the joy of who you are. And we want to live in a mountain of that, a mountain of our spiritual radiance. Feel what that's like for you. When I connect with my spiritual radiance, it's like returning home to myself. It's a beautiful light. When I close my eyes, I just see this beautiful light with pastel colors, and the light speaks to me, and it's awakening joy within my body, mind, and spirit. And I think that's the true energy of life. And I think we're moving more into these higher dimensional frequencies of existence at this point in our life. And I think that these activities can awaken that energy. So take note of the activities that awaken that positive energy in your life. Maybe it's a forgotten dream. We all have those, right? Maybe you dreamed of writing a book, or moving to a certain place, or taking a trip. Whatever that is, kind of reawaken that energy of your forgotten dreams. Did you tell yourself you can't? That's unrealistic. You're idealistic. Let go of those lower limiting thoughts and just kind of live in possibility. So how can you live in possibility? Can you create something beautiful? Can you visualize something beautiful? Can you believe that something beautiful can happen to you? Can you reacquaint yourself with your divine presence, with the bliss of existence that maybe you lost along the way? When I look at my life history, I can say there's times where I was so living in that bliss, and then there's times where I was in stress and struggle and worry and fear and victimization, and I'm ready to let go of those things and live more consciously in the bliss consistently, and to awaken that consciousness for all of humanity. Let's create that for one another. So I'm sharing a mountain of spiritual bliss with all of you. I awaken the energy of you being centered within your own spiritual mountain of bliss. And remember that you are the answer. When you reacquaint yourself with you, your spiritual identity, the light of your spirit, you'll realize that it's all figured out. You're already perfect. You're already drawn to the things that will bless your life. We kind of forget, and then we keep trying to figure it out. So we want to just kind of connect with that simple light of bliss that already is us, already is perfect. And I want you guys to play around with that idea of being a spiritual mountain, centered in the beautiful energy of your spirit. You are the mountain. You're the waterfalls on that mountain, the trees. You are grounded into the earth. You are radiating divine light. I do have a very special relationship with mountains. I feel like they do radiate positive energy. I feel like it might be the earth within that mountain, like the crystals and rocks or something. I just feel like mountains are very special to me. So I'm really working with the imagery of the mountain. I also feel rainbow energy with us. And I just wanted all of you to awaken to this bliss, reawaken to this bliss. You may have forgotten this bliss. Reconnect with your joy. And really take time during this week to do the things that resonate with your spirit. Take time, make space in your life for that spiritual energy, for that positive energy, and let that energy multiply. For the wings that I was making, when I made those wings last Saturday, I felt such an expansion of my energy. I felt such a spiritual bliss. And it's reminding me to just do that all the time, immerse myself in creativity, in sculpture, in beauty. I'm a big visual healer. As an artist, I create beautiful visual things, symmetry, connect with nature, color, all those things because they uplift the energy of my spirit. So what uplifts the energy of your spirit? So I'm excited about this message for this week. I'm excited to practice this, and I'm excited about the future and all the beautiful new energies that are coming into the planet. And I'm excited about all of us being a visionary here on earth, creating the highest and best for one another. So thank you for listening. This is Andrea Dembecki from angelfairyhealing.com. If you'd like to find out more information about me, you can visit my website. I offer a variety of classes on angels, fairies, and spiritual healing. I also offer private one-on-one sessions to help you along your life journey. Thank you for listening. I will talk to you soon. Bye.
This is your host, Andrea Dembecki. Are you ready to connect with the magical realms of the angels and fairies? We'll be working with the magical realms to bring enlightened consciousness to all areas of our life to increase abundance, health, and happiness. Look forward to weekly shows with your host, Andrea Dembecki from angelfairyhealing.com.